This is Heretic Doctor, principled, unfiltered, evidence-based. Imagine a nutrient so essential that without it, your cells can't breathe properly. Your mitochondria struggle. Your blood sugar rises. Your immune system dims. Now imagine that same nutrient being light. Not a vitamin, not a mineral, but photons, specifically red and near-infrared light. Welcome to Heretic Doctor, where we challenge modern dogmas with calm clinical rebellion. Today, we're going to talk about something you've probably never been taught, but your cells have always known. Let's talk about light deficiency. You've heard of vitamin D from sunlight, maybe even seasonal depression, but there's a deeper spectrum, one most people and most doctors completely ignore. Red light spans wavelengths roughly from 620 to 750 nanometers. Near-infrared light goes from 750 up to about 1100 nanometers. We don't see infrared light, but we feel it, as warmth, radiating from the sun, a campfire, or even a loving touch. What science is now confirming, and what ancient healing practices have long implied, is that these wavelengths are not just comforting. They're biological signals. Red and infrared light act like photonic nutrients. They literally feed your mitochondria. Your mitochondria are more than powerhouses. They're electromagnetic sensors, attuned to light, rhythm, and resonance. Deep in your cells is a complex called cytochrome C oxidase, part of the electron transport chain. It's where ATP, your body's energy currency, is made. Cytochrome C oxidase absorbs red and near-infrared light. When it does, it releases nitric oxide, increases mitochondrial membrane potential, and ultimately boosts ATP production. In plain English, red light tells your mitochondria, it's safe, it's day, make energy. Infrared light also improves blood flow, reduces oxidative stress, and modulates inflammation. It promotes cellular repair and regeneration. And yet most of us spend our lives bathed in the exact opposite spectrum. Let's look at how modern life engineered a photonic deficiency without even realizing it. First, LED lighting. Modern LED and fluorescent lights are rich in blue and green wavelengths, but extremely poor in red and infrared. They flicker. They stress the eyes. They disrupt melatonin. And they don't feed your cells. Second, low-E glass. Low emissivity windows reflect infrared. That's great for energy efficiency, but it means that if you're indoors, even in a sunlit room, you're getting filtered sunlight, stripped of its infrared component. Third, sunscreen and clothing. UV gets most of the attention. But guess what? Many fabrics and windows also block infrared. We block what we can't see and lose what we don't feel. Fourth, sedentary indoor life. Most of us spend 90% of our lives inside, under artificial light, behind filtered glass, in front of blue-lit screens. No fire, no sunrise, no grounded heat. This is not just light deprivation, it's spectrum distortion. We didn't just remove the sun, we replaced it with junk light. Let's zoom in on a specific overlooked benefit: metabolic health. Studies show that red and infrared light may improve insulin sensitivity. In animal models and small human trials, red light therapy has been associated with lowered fasting glucose, improved hemoglobin A1C, better insulin receptor activity, reduced inflammation in fat tissue. Why? Because red light reduces oxidative stress in the mitochondria, the very organelles that determine how well your cells respond to insulin. Mitochondrial dysfunction is a known factor in insulin resistance. So when you improve mitochondrial function, you often improve blood sugar regulation. This has implications for type 2 diabetes, polycystic ovary syndrome, metabolic syndrome, and even weight gain associated with chronic stress. And yet again, no drug, no pill, just light. In physics and biology, infrared is the default. It's the wavelength most emitted by human bodies. It's the dominant light coming from sunrise and sunset. It's what your hands emit during healing touch. It's how far infrared saunas promote detox and relaxation. Red and infrared light structure water, especially the exclusion zone described by Gerald Pollack. This structured water lines your cells and acts as a battery. Infrared light also activates heat shock proteins, promotes collagen production, and has been shown to improve thyroid function, wound healing, and testosterone levels in some studies. It is not a stimulant. It is a regulator. It doesn't force the body. It reminds the body. So what can you do about it? You don't need to live in the forest or throw out your LEDs, but you do need to bring back the frequencies your biology evolved with. 1. Morning and evening sunlight. Aim for 5 to 20 minutes of direct exposure at sunrise and sunset. No windows, no sunglasses, just skin and light. 2. Use red light therapy panels. Choose panels that emit 660 nanometers for red and 850 for infrared. Use daily or a few times a week on bare skin. 3. Use incandescent or halogen lights at night. These have more red and less blue than LEDs. 4. Get near fire or embers. Fireplaces, candles, or even infrared saunas simulate ancestral heat and frequency. 5. Ground while in sunlight. Enhances electron flow and bioenergetic absorption. We're taught to think of nutrition as food. But life doesn't run on calories alone. It runs on coherence. It runs on information. It runs on light. Red and infrared light aren't luxuries. They're essential wavelengths your mitochondria expect. Without them, your body loses rhythm, tone, and vitality. So no, red light therapy isn't hype. It's a restoration of an ancestral input your body has been starved of since the dawn of artificial light. This is Heretic Doctor. Principled, unfiltered, evidence-based. Subscribe for more heresies that heal. This content is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your health routine.